Hello, this is Shairi here from All About Architecture. As an architect, I have been working for almost 20 years. One of the things which I find fascinating is, in the modern world, we talk a lot about technologies and adoption of new technologies or old technologies. We talk about design, we talk about the effect of temperature, climate, we talk about wind movements, we talk about sun paths, we talk about how costly a material is, we talk about where to find those materials, how to implement them in our designs, and much, much more. The subject that has been brought to us or has been curated in our coursework talks about a lot of such materials, technologies, and how to design and what the effect of the designs are. But we forget one very crucial element of this design process. Design is a part and parcel of how our human society functions. It is very close to what our culture is. It is close to what our inheritances are, heritage is, and it is very close to the human psychology where our design shapes, builds, and also houses people within that space. Imagine as an individual, you're walking down an alley which is built down. You know within your, it might be a girl or a boy in today's world, so walking down a dark alley of a city. While going through that passage, every girl that I know has a feeling that that walkway is not safe. They can feel that there would be chances of some kind of activity which is going to affect her negatively. On the other hand, think of people who are interested to do petty thefts or are interested to have a smoke or joint where they can't do it in their homes or in other places. They too would be choosing the dark alley for comfort. So it brings in people at a place where they're clashing in their activity path. Now imagine someone coming in and placing a lighted walkway around that zone. What it does, it suddenly shifts the mood of the entire zone. Someone who is interested in carrying out an activity which is something they don't want others to see, like in a dark place, like taking a joint or having some kind of illegal exchanges of drugs, they would not want to do that in a lighted space. They move away from that area. Also, someone who is walking down that zone would now feel a lot more safer, thinking, okay, I know, as a human mind, that is where the human mind comes into play. They understand that the light is now going to be a place where you do not have that kind of a negative effect. It might so happen down the line, a tea stall hawker or a tea hawker or some food hawker actually lines up into that zone and starts selling some small trinkets or their food activities. Someone comes in with a trinket, and now you have a community of people using that space. So what happened was, by changing one element in the design aspect, which was the light, we changed the culture of the community of that space. I would try henceforth to talk about how design is not away from the culture that we create. How cities that we are building is making the people that are staying in them. And how we as citizens have suddenly started being apathetic towards what is happening around us. And we are getting cities which we don't want to live in. We are getting spaces which are not comfortable for us. Somewhere along the way, I believe it's also, as humans, our responsibility to ask for the spaces that we want to live in. And that is what our conversations will be. I would try down the line to give examples of what small changes we can create that can affect the look and feel or the mind space of, or the, I would say, the vibe of a place, how it kind of attracts and pulls more people into that zone and makes it into a corner or a city space or a home corner that is more habitable, more culturally appropriate, pulls in our activities and helps us grow. So down the line, when we talk about our health issues, when we are worried about why there are so much of like unhygienic spaces down the road, why we feel unsafe in some zones, why we are spending so much time on the road just traveling from one place to other, we have a reason as to understand why those are happening, and we have people who are in the place of decision making also figure out those pointers and make the choices which are helpful for us. So looking forward to have such discussions down in the future.